What is going on, Torontonian, Raptonian, Fanzonians? We are on a hot streak. We played a beautiful game tonight. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but my gosh, the Toronto Raptors took down the Dallas Mavericks. The woolly Dallas Mavericks. I was just watching Shark Tank actually yesterday. Nice to see the billionaire. Anyway, go down, Mark. Raptors win 127 to 116 in a beautiful victory because I'm not sure watching this game that there's a team that I hate more. Let's think about it. I hate Jason Kidd. Guy's a punk. I hate Williams. Oh my god, I hated Grant Williams when he was on the Celtics, and I sort of forgot that he got in the offseason traded or shuffled over to Dallas because I don't know, he's a punk. He was punking it up in the playoffs last year against who was they going against? It wasn't Durant, was it? Anyway, I can't remember, but I hate Kyrie Irving. And truthfully, I kind of hate Luka Doncic as well. Um, so yeah, what a great team for us to pulverize. We really made them look silly. It was a beautiful victory. Um, yeah, like I said, 113 to 127, and it wasn't even close. Sorry, obviously 127 to 116. I apologize. I'll give him the extra 3 points. But wow, Pascal Siakam's coming out. And again, who has been the Pascal supporter? Moi. I'll take the credit. We can't ditch this guy. There's times where at the beginning of this game, even I was like, oh no, he was trying to put up some threes. He was missing. I was starting to think that maybe that style of game has passed him by. And maybe we're looking at the last few, games that we see Mr. Siakam, Spicy P in a Raptors uniform. But why would we ditch this guy? Today, he showed his strengths and what he needs to be doing. I don't mind if he throws up some threes, and usually actually he does a little better than he did today. I can't remember exactly what he was. Oh, yeah, 0 for 5. Yikes. But he was 15 for 25 from the floor, 60% shooting because he was spinning. He was doing the Savardian spinoramas left, right. He didn't know which way he was going to go. Even when he sort of spun back towards the center, even he was plopping him in. He was using the glass. He was using the angles. He had the spin going on a few of them where I thought, oh my, he's so far to the right, beyond the defender. You could see it catch the glass, spin right in. Beautiful, beautiful, Mr. Pascal Siakam, 26 points. Oh, sorry, 36 points. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? I am in denial that I need glasses, and I'm gonna have to start wearing the glasses. If you can see how humongous I've got the internet screen on here. 31 points for Pascal. The problem is I got to scroll over when I look at the final points here from where their names are because it's not all in one frame. Anyway, oh yeah. But yeah, 31 points for Pascal. 3 turnovers, unfortunately. 5 assists, 12 rebounds. Sweet game, Mr. Pascal Siakam. Other great games. I mean, OG and OG was phenomenal. Again, 26 points. I hope he's happy now, being featured a little more. 5 of 6 from his free throws, 3 of 8 from 3-point land, 37%. Pretty good. Not as good as last game where he had 7, but we can't expect that to keep up every game. But 52% from the floor, 19 of 17. Excelente. Jakob Poeltl had a little bit of a quieter game, going 2 for 5. And then we got Scottie B, who started out slow. He didn't get his first bucket until, was it the second half? It was late in the second quarter if it was in the first half, but yikes. But still, he terrorized it with rebounds and going crazy. I mean, he still ended up with 14 points, so I'm not totally complaining. But, 7 assists, 14 rebounds. Guy was out there just going nuts, making sure we got the victory. And then Dennis Schroeder, another good game. Guys playing solid. I still am going to say Gary had a better game this time. I still need to push. Darko, I got a new subscriber. I'm hoping it's you. Get Schroeder, the first guy off the bench. It doesn't matter to Schroeder. He already said that in the preseason when they were challenging him on whether or not he was going to start or come off the bench. Just let this guy, Gary Trent Jr., be a starter. His father was an NBA guy. He's carrying a lot of baggage. He's got chips on his shoulder. He wants to be a starter. He came into this game cold. Now, he turned it around. So let me just give Gary Trent some props. 26 minutes he's in the game, 6 of 11, so 54 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, and he started to get it going. He first couple looked bad. I'm starting to question myself even. Still, I know it's psychological with him, but yeah, they started draining. He actually did a couple of nice layups where he really went aggressive in some moves. One of them was a decent pass on a fast break, which I wasn't even sure he was the guy they should have given it to because he was way closer to the defender, but he still did a nice move around and did, the nice little side angle off the glass into the bucket. But that's what he needed to get his mind right, that he can still put the ball through the hoop, and it just started draining from there on. He ended up with 16 points as well. So, yeah, even more than Scottie Barnes, only 2 less than Schroeder. Now, sadly, okay, wait, and actually, while we're being positive, Malachi Flynn, better game than normal, but still, we can still have Malachi come into the games because I understand you sometimes need a point guard. But let's start the game. Scottie Barnes on point. Even Pascal can bring the ball up a few times if he needs to. OG's capable as well. I'm only talking 4, maybe even 3 minutes. The first 3 minutes of this game were totally crazy, though. If you were watching, it was like bam, 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 bam. Not a whistle, just back and forth action. So almost too fast of a pace. I was starting to get anxious. Like, can the Raptors keep this up? Because we came out, ball was cooking, moving. I'm starting to buy into Darko's theory. Like, again, I hated all the ISO ball last year anyway. And again, if you go back watch any of my videos, I was constantly saying we got to stop this Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam isolation, especially at the end of games. But this game started out, it was almost too much like ping, 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 ping. The ball was flying around, but we drained a 3. And then they got a 3. And then bing, 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 bing. We drained another 3. Then we got to stop. We were actually up. But they went on an 11-0 run that suddenly was starting to feel like, oh boy, we can't keep up with this pace. We got to just calm down and get this thing all under control. Granted, called a timeout, had a nice play coming out of the timeout, and we held, we were still down by 6 at the half. But we held it together. It wasn't horrible. I think we were only down by 2 maybe at the end of the first quarter, 6 at the half. Ended up coming back. Third quarter was beautiful. We were leading at the end of 3, and then, we really held on for the fourth quarter. So Malachi Flynn was 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He had 2 really nice 3-pointers in that third quarter where we were really stepping on their throats and starting to make them feel, bad, like they need to give up this game. Malachi, good. And he probably had, let's see, his assists. Okay, what's going on here? My screen is not scrolling, sorry. Assists for Malachi, he only had 3, less than I thought. Still, 8 points. I'm not trying to be negative. Malachi, good game. But here's my theory, or here's my strategy. Start Scottie and Gary Trent Jr. Let Scottie, OG, Pascal sometimes bring out the ball. Primarily Scottie Barnes. He was a point guard in college in Florida. You could bring Schroeder in quick, get Gary Trent to the bench, but we could limit Malachi. He had 14 minutes in this game. Malachi is good in bursts. Let's get him down to like 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. That'd be great. Give those extra 14 or extra 6 minutes, to Gary Trent Jr. And maybe even give Schroeder a few extra. Schroeder ended up with what? Oh, no, he was in there 29 minutes. He's got enough. But Gary Trent, 26, he could be up there with more like Scottie at 39. Oh, my God. Pascal, 38. OG, 35. Gary Trent should be in that sort of 30, 31-minute range. And another positive, Chris Boucher, 4 of 4 from the floor, and he got one of his baskets in, which I don't know. He was like falling down and managed to get it up there. But he was out there rebounding and again aggressive. There was even a comment from the broadcaster. My God, I forget Jack Armstrong and who the heck is the other guy's name? Why does it jump out of my head as I go to say it? I say it all the time anyway. You guys know who I'm talking about. Was commenting that his energy to get the ball, the effort. There was a rebound that Doncic like had in his hand, and Boucher just came and smacked that thing away. It was beautiful. Now, Mr. Dick, I don't know what is going on with this dude. He's getting in the games early, not producing. He's looking like a deer in the headlights out there. I know he's a rookie, but somebody needs to calm this dude down. Only took one shot, but he bricked it. 0 for 1. But all of his other ones were hesitating. Like he was open a couple times. I think it's obviously because he's been missing. This guy needs to get his head in the game. Catch and shoot. Just don't think about it. Catch and shoot. Again, I've said it 100 times. Put me in the game. I could go 0 for 1. I went 0 for 1. Well, I went 0 for 0, I suppose, technically. But from my living room, I can miss shots all day long. And this guy is not in the games. I mean, what has he got here? 2 turnovers? Yeah, 2 turnovers. Brutal. Brutal, 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 Grady Dick. I don't know. He barely got into the game. It was 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Really, just the tip. But we need to get Dick deeper into these games so that he is scoring and producing, like spreading the floor. The guy needs to start draining some threes. We got this guy as a short. He's reminding me of Matt Thomas that we got out of Europe. That was like a 98% uncontested 3-point shooter or something crazy like that. We bring him into the NBA. The guy couldn't, do anything. I don't even know where he is right now. I saw him. I think he was on the Bulls. Maybe he's gone back to Europe. But wherever he went, he was missing threes there too. I was nervous he was going to be able to turn it around. And then we got Otto Porter Jr. 0 for 3. Again, same thing. Otto Porter, overrated. I know they like to have his presence on the floor because he does space a little bit. They still, respect him. He was a starter only a few years ago on a winning Golden State Warriors championship team. So I get it. But 15 minutes, Otto Porter, I don't know. Again, might be because Precious is injured. But, Jalen McDaniels, like he's supposed to be a 3-point shooter. Let's get him some minutes and get him out there. The guy's young. He might actually be able to improve. The problem with Otto Porter Jr. is he's going this direction, right? So anyway, those are my thoughts on the game, though. But yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Grant Williams, that guy's a whiny little baby. Actually, quickly before we go, I wanted to talk about a couple of things about the refs. The refs always have screwed the Raptors over. Every Raptor fan knows the refs are against us, which I sort of understand. They're American. We're the only Canadian team. I've compared this a little bit to when the Blue Jays were on the rise and not getting any respect. A little bit different game as far as umpiring goes and how you call it and what the benefits are when the umps instead of the refs obviously are going your way. I felt it a tiny bit when I was at a Grey Cup game that the Baltimore, I don't know if they were still called the Colts then. They were the Baltimore CFLers, maybe. Whatever the heck their name was at the end there. They obviously became the Alouettes. They won. And I did feel sick to my stomach that an American team won the Grey Cup. So I understand that they're pissed that we took the 2019 championship. And just like the Blue Jays winning back-to-back, in 92 and 93. I get that it hurts. So those refs, they've got that whistle, buried for when Pascal Siakam was getting hacked out there so badly, and then Luka Doncic, like someone brushes by and the wind blows his hair a little bit, and they're like, whistle, calling it. Way too many. But what was that move where Williams like hit Schroeder in the face or something, and they did not call anything against it. They actually reviewed it to see if it was an aggressive act or something like that, but didn't call it. And yeah, it's just like not fair. The free throws were crazy lopsided as far as in Dallas's favor. Even Boucher got called almost every single time Boucher jumps up and he's anywhere near, our end, they're calling a foul on him. It's just brutal. And then they even called Gary Trent on a flop. Like I know they're trying to call flops this year, but there was a play where he actually got hit and staggered back, but managed to not fall on the ground. He didn't flop down. It looked like he truly was staggering because he lost his balance and managed to recover. And they called him for a foul on that, and it's just brutal. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, solid game, solid game, solid game. Let me just check quickly overall as a team. 47% from the field. 41% from three overall as a team. All right, wow. Great game, great game, great game. Oh, I apologize. I'm such a goof. I scrolled all the way down. That's Dallas's stats. Yeah, and actually quickly touch on that too. The Raptors have to get secondary three-point shooting. Doncic is on the bench, and these guys are finding open looks where, dudes on their team are just draining threes, like Tim Hardaway. Oh, I hate that guy. 55% from three. Josh Green, 50%. 42 for Kyrie Irving. 60% for Derrick Rose Jr. What? Sad. So I apologize. The Raptors were only 30% from three. Yeah, not good. Not good enough. Mostly a bad first quarter on threes. We managed to seem to pull it together in the rest of the game. But, anyway, luckily rebounding, we won. We took more shots than them. That's the formula we need to keep it going. So I will wrap it up at there. But yeah, once again, Raptors win. Raptors win. The Raptors win. 127-116. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Give me a comment, man. Come on, comment. Do you want the top 5 plays to come back, or should I do a top 3 plays? I did take some notes. I'm going to be making sure that, there's a little more detail in the conversation, but as I've told you 100 times, this is all about keeping the win going, basking in the glory of the win, commiserating in the mire of a loss. And so anyway, I really appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, Mr. Beast for president, and check out the Raptors in Black and White. I don't know when the first episode is coming, but it's going to be on there soon. It's my fault. I got to get a hold of everyone and organize that. And that's it.